I feel like the only lesson we've learned on money is to save, and that's like the least you can learn about money. You need to learn how to earn money, you need to learn how to invest money, you need to learn how to save money, you need to also learn how to spend money. We have this anxious attachment when it comes to money, and that's something we all have to learn. Successful people know how to earn. First of all, they know how to invest, they know how to save, and they know how to multiply. They also know how to tackle the anxiety that comes with spending money and losing money. All that information is available. Don't think, oh, I don't know this, so I can never be successful. No, you can learn these things. As an adult, it's your responsibility to learn these things so that you set yourself up for success. Hi, I'm Ruthie, and I post videos that will help you elevate and grow your life and become a better version of yourself every week. So if you want to join that community, hit the subscribe button. The first habit is praying. Now, praying is not just a religious thing. Praying is a subconscious sense of humility. It takes humility to surrender that there's something bigger than you in the universe. It takes humility to accept that you need help. And praying is a way of connecting to something deeper, whether you're religious or not. Praying is basically reflecting. Praying is an act of reflection, seeking guidance, or gratitude. When you sit in that silence, there's something it does for you. There's something it does for your mind. It builds you, and it also builds trust. Trust that you can get the help that you need in the next phase of your life, in the next phase of your journey. Because let's be honest, we cannot get to where we want to get to on our own, seeing as we are not in this earth on our own terms. So you have to submit to the higher power. Number 2 is to read books and implement knowledge. There's a lot of knowledge on the internet. In 2025, knowledge is not our problem. Implementation is our problem. Sometimes we read books and we close it and we forget what it's in the book, or we watch a video and we save it and we say we're going to do what it says to better our life. But once we leave the app, let's be honest, we probably don't even remember. And because attention span is very short, if you don't consciously remember or meditate on these things that you read, it's as good as nothing. Why even bother reading if you're not going to implement it? Why bother learning stuff when you're not even going to practice it in your life? Not just reading, which some people also struggle with, finding knowledge, reading and all that. But when you are able to overcome that part, getting the book, reading the book, consuming the knowledge, the next part for you to tackle is to implement that said knowledge that you just acquired. Apply it in your life, apply it in situations, apply it in your day-to-day life, and just see how that transforms your life. Honestly, reading books has been one of my favorite things to do. I used to read a lot of books, but there was a time where I took a long break from reading books, but I think I'm fully back now. I'm reading one right now, Success System by David Oyedepo, and when I picked up that book, honestly, I didn't imagine that it had a lot to offer, because the title is so limiting. Like, my mind couldn't comprehend the entirety of the book, but like when I dived into it, I started to see really how you can never know a book by its cover unless you're involved with that book. And then after reading the book, always learn to implement. That's the only way it's going to show fruits in your life and help you elevate your life. Number 3 is writing. I like to advise people to write your thoughts, write your emotions, journal. I personally, I want to say I journal, but like not in the conventional way. I don't have a set journal book, but I do write everything. I have a book for everything. I have a book for my content, I have a book for my work, I have a book for like my thoughts. And then I also use my phone notepad. So if you don't like the traditional writing with a pen and a book and a paper and all that, you can use their modern ways to document your thoughts. There are modern ways to document your feelings. There are modern ways to document your work and all that. But personally, I like to write. I like the feel of a pen and a book in my hand. It puts my brain in a work state, and I feel like I remember them better when I write with a book and a pen compared to writing in my notepad. Write everything. There are some books, like some notepads I've had from years ago, where I go back to today and I see where my headspace was at. I see how my thinking was at, and I compare it to what I'm doing now, and I see how much I have elevated my life, my thinking and all that. And also there are some dreams and some visions and aspirations that you will never remember. No matter how good you think your brain is, you will forget. So write those things down. document them. Document your life's journey. You're the star of this show. Documenting it will just show you how far you've come and how far you need to go. So write everything, write the vision down, make it plain so whoever sees it will run with it. And that's the Bible. Number 4, speak highly of yourself. Why on earth would you say anything to jeopardize your life and destiny? Why would you do that to yourself? Speak highly of yourself. Whatever you do, whatever comes out of your mouth should be praises. I'm not saying when you do bad, don't correct yourself. I'm not saying when you are out of line, don't put yourself back in place. I'm saying that even when you do bad, when you do wrong, correct yourself in love. Nobody is going to be as kind to you as you should be to yourself. Speak highly of yourself. Your mind believes whatever you say. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speak, and then life and death is in the power of the tongue. Use it wisely. Even the Bible said that. So speak highly of yourself. Speak good things about your life so that you see those things come to pass. When you say bad things or when you talk down on yourself, oh, I'm not beautiful, I'm not capable, I'm not intelligent, I'm not good enough, those things would become your reality. But when you turn it around and start to speak highly of yourself, oh, I'm precious, I'm beautifully and wonderfully made, I can do all things, that's when you start to see your life shift for the better. Number 5 is gratitude. Gratefulness unlocks doors. Gratefulness just helps you see how far you've come. As human beings, we forget how far we've come sometimes. We're always pushing for the next. We're always pushing for the next big thing, the next success, the next promotion, the next gig, the next mission, the next life achievement, and we forget how far we've come. Even if it's just an age elevation, oh, I was 25 yesterday and I'm 26 today, that's something to be grateful for. Be grateful that you're alive. Be grateful that you have food. Be grateful that you can talk. Be grateful that you have clothes on your body, because being grateful shows you how much you have. And not everything is materialistic. You might have good friends in your life. You might have a partner that loves you. You might have parents that are still alive, and not a lot of people have that. Being grateful elevates your life, elevates your thinking, and generally, gives you a sense of achievement. It shows you how far you've come, even though there's still more to be achieved. Number 6 is to educate yourself on money. If you're like me, from an African home, nobody even taught us money. I feel like the only lesson we've learned on money is to save, and that's the least you can learn about money. You need to learn how to earn money. You need to learn how to invest money. You need to learn how to save money. You need to also learn how to spend money. We have this anxious attachment when it comes to money, and that's something we all have to learn. Successful people know how to earn. First of all, they know how to invest, they know how to save, and they know how to multiply. They also know how to tackle the anxiety that comes with spending money and losing money. All that information is available. Don't think, oh, I don't know this, so I can never be successful. No, you can learn these things. As an adult, it's your responsibility to learn these things so that you set yourself up for success. Successful people have good relationship with money, but the fact is that most of us, because I'm successful too, most of us are not born with this knowledge. You have to consciously educate yourself about this. You have to consciously want it bad enough to even acquire the knowledge. And then through that knowledge, you'll be able to implement it and then become successful. So you see where we're going with this. And number 7 is don't care about the opinions of others. How important is these opinions in the grand scheme of things? This person offering their opinion, do they even matter? In 5 years, 10 years time, would that opinion still be valid in your life? If yes, then by all means stick by it. But if no, please move on from it very fast. A lot of people cringe when it comes to social media and maybe making videos on YouTube and TikTok and whichever social media, because they think their friends are going to see it and they're going to laugh at them. You are shy to make money. That always does not sit well to me. If you say you're anxious or you just feel inadequate, that's another ball game. But your people's opinion is holding you down from being your best self. That's just ridiculous. Cancel people's opinions. That is why you shouldn't be like a people pleaser or like a crowd crowd chaser because you let people's opinions form who you are and the things that you do. Do not let people's opinion bring you down. And just so you know, people's opinions are not about you at all. They're a projection of themselves and how they feel and how they show up in the world. So it shouldn't at all impact what you do or how you show up in life. Do what you need to do, get the information you need to do, and show up how you need to show up. People's opinion does not matter. It shouldn't matter. You're the star of your show, and only your opinion and what God says should matter. Number 8, say no. To be a successful person, you have to learn to master the art of saying no. Saying no to friends when they need to hang out and you need to work. Saying no to opportunities that does not align with your goal. Saying no even to yourself. There are some behaviors or characters or habits or addictions that will limit you from being your best successful self. You need to say no to that. You need to prioritize what matters in your life and say no to the rest. And even when you're on your journey to being successful, it's not everything you need to accept. You don't need to accept every deal because it offers money. You don't need to accept every partnership because it offers money. You need to learn to be discerning. Let your discerning antenna, your discerning spirit be at high alert, because even on the journey to success, there's going to be a lot of things to say no to, and you need to know which ones. Number 9, invest in yourself. You are your biggest investment. You will be your biggest investment over the years in your journey, on your way on the road to success. Invest in skills, invest in exercise, invest in food, invest in anything that you know is going to move your life, improve your general life, improve your well-being, improve your success. Invest in books, invest in your looks, invest in your health, and just generally invest in anything that you know is going to take your life from where it is now to where you want to be. Number 10 is waking up early. This particular one has tremendously done amazing work for me in my life. I have been waking up early, I want to say like 5 a.m. for the past 4 to 5 months, and I have seen tremendous impact of that in my life personally. If you want to adapt, that's up to you. I'm not forcing you to wake up early. If you don't have to, you honestly don't have to. But for me, this is something I have adapted recently that has helped me a lot. When I wake up at 5, I'm able to, my mind is in a good space. My mind is in a, I don't know how to put it, like that fresh booting stage before the day gets busy, before your mind gets busy, before your body gets busy. Read a book, connect with nature, tackle the things, the work things you want to do early. It just gives you a head start over your day, and it's really nice. It's amazing. I think you should try it. It has worked for me, and I know if you try it, it might work for you as well. Something most successful people do even in 2025 is monetizing their life, and that's number 11. Monetize your life. Everything you have been through, every path you have walked is a chance or an avenue for you to earn from. Somebody out there does not know this thing you learned yesterday. Somebody out there does not know this skill that you've learned over the 5 years of your life, and that is an avenue for you to earn. So everything in your life has the capacity to pay you, so you should monetize your life, monetize your knowledge. If you know how to create content and earn from it. If you know how to do something, make hair, do makeup, it is an avenue for you to monetize your life. People think earning is so hard, and in 2025, honestly, it's not that hard. All you need to do is learn that skill. Number 12 is to reduce or simplify decision making. There are certain things that you shouldn't wasting your time on, like successful people like Bill Gates, Elon Musk, and the rest of them. If you look at their dressings, you see that they reduced it to, a few number of things that they keep in rotation, just so that they don't worry about what to wear every day. So if there's any area of your life where you can simplify it, if it's what to wear, if it's what to eat, if it's how your hair should look, if you can simplify it so that you have time to channel to the things that really matter. So simplify decision making, make some things automated, make your life run on its own whether you're there or not, and that's going to give you time to invest in the things that really matter, that would make you successful. Number 13 successful habits is to network. Unfortunately, no matter how independent you are, you cannot go far alone. You need people. You need people that God has put there ahead of you or with you to propel that dream of yours to where it's going to get to. Two is better than one, and if you run with other people, you will run faster. So learn to put yourself in the network, learn to connect with other people, people that are going to help you, people that know what you don't know. They are going to help your dreams come through faster. You're going to get there faster. You're going to get there on the wings of ego if you ride with other people. Number 14 is to ask questions. Please, whatever you do, don't be shy to ask. If you don't know it, you don't know it. There's no penalty for that. Anybody that knows it didn't know it yesterday and they know it today. Some of the things I'm telling you, I didn't know them last month, I didn't know them last year, and today I know them. And so if you ask me any question in the comments, I'm ready to answer you, I'm ready to reply you. And funny enough is, if you meet some successful people, maybe successful in business and in their careers, they're always so eager to share to you. They're always so eager. Nobody gatekeeps, honestly. It's the pitchy small people that like to gatekeep because they feel like you can steal their success away from them. But the real people at the top, they're willing to share this information, this knowledge for free. Talk to people, ask questions, don't be shy, and humble yourself enough to know that you don't know it, to ask the person that actually knows it. Take those information, implement them, and see yourself, set yourself on the way to success. And last but certainly not the least, because this is like the biggest one actually, if I want to say, I'm a Taurus, and if you look at the biography of Tauruses, change is one of the things that shake us the most. And for the longest time, I have stayed afraid of change. I have been afraid to change my friends, my relationship, my partners, my environment, and all that. But since the day I embraced change, things have been better for me, honestly. It's okay to change. In fact, you need to change. The caterpillar changes to become a butterfly, and that's how life is. If you don't change, if you don't move from your environment, if you don't move from your circle, things are never going to be different, unfortunately. So if you take anything away from this video, is that change is okay. Change is what is going to move you from where you are now to where you really want to be, from mediocrity to success. And thank you for sticking by. I'll see you guys in my next video.